All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you are connecting from this morning, this afternoon, this evening. My name is Joshua Amoshuka. They call me Coach Josh. And it's a pleasure and a privilege to be sharing some very, very powerful information with you tonight. Look, this is almost the end of January 2025. And, you know, I was privileged to connect with a very successful mentor. Well, a couple of mentors, one of whom is on the call tonight. If I just give you a very quick background about my story, I call myself a retired underachiever. I understand what it's like, you know, to to have a lot of big goals, to have a lot of big dreams, but then find yourself underperforming, not really being able to give your family the things that would like for them, to experience. I'll never forget. For me, a turning point that happened a couple of years ago, not too long, maybe about 5, 6 years ago. I'll never forget. It was a very rough year for me. Okay, and I needed to. So at the time, I had a 1 year old. I had a one, or maybe she was two at the time. Interestingly, she just turned 10. So maybe this is like 8 years we're talking about now. Maybe, yeah, so probably about 8 years ago. And, I went to the store to, to buy, diapers. She wasn't feeling too well. I needed to buy some antibiotics. And so I asked for the price of the antibiotics. And they told me the price. They told me the price for the antibiotics. And, it was augmentin. It was augmentin. And they told me the cost of the augmentin. I think at the time maybe it was like 3,500 naira. Okay. And I asked because so then that was the original augmentin. And so I asked the lady, don't you have the generic? Don't you have the generic augmentin? And she told me that she did. And so I said, how much? She said 750 naira. So the original one was 350, but the generic at the time was 750. So 35750. So I opted for the cheaper one. And the reason was I planned to buy milk, I planned to buy diapers. I was trying to stretch my budget as far as it could go. And so I went ahead and I bought the cheaper one, bought the other things, got in the car and was driving home. And as I was driving home, that scenario began to replay in my head. That here you are. You have your daughter that you love with everything in your being. And you know that the original medication would give her the best results. This is going to be the most effective thing to help her battle whatever infection that she's fighting. But because you're playing small, because you are underperforming, your 2-year-old is already getting the short end of the stick. How long are you going to do this for? Is this what you're going to do for the rest of your life? Are you going to be filled with excuses? Are you going to be telling your kids excuses as to why they cannot go to this school, as to why they cannot do the things that they see other people doing? And I told myself that day that never again, never again. And for you on the call, I don't know where you are, but we are all at different journeys, when it comes to our lives and to our finances. Some of us are at the place of survival. You're just struggling to put food on the table. I know what it is to be in that place. But for some of you, you are comfortable. Maybe you have enough, 3 square meals. Now, for those of you in Nigeria, you guys know that inflation, it's a very tough economy, it's a very tough environment that we live in. You have to be working extra hard just to stand still here in Nigeria. So maybe you can afford 3 square meals, you can put your children in school, but God forbid, if there was an emergency, if you got a call that you needed just 5 million naira to save a loved one's life, would you have that 5 million? There's some of you on the call, and I've also been in that place before, where you are driving your car, but you are praying, God, let nothing happen to this car. God, let nothing happen to this car. Because so maybe you're driving and you are hearing a sound. You are hearing a sound, but you are praying. I've been there. You start speaking in tongues, because you cannot afford to take the car to the mechanic. Look, am I talking to myself or has anybody been where I've been? If you've been to where I've been, just type 111 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. If you understand what I'm saying, I want you to type a 111 in the chat. Or maybe it's just me that has experienced tough times. Is it just me that's experienced tough times? Drop a 111 in the chat. So there's some of you on the call, that awesome. So I'm not alone. I'm not alone. You know, there are times where you're just praying, let nothing go wrong. Let nothing go wrong. The landlord should not increase the rent at this time. They should not increase school fees, right? So you are comfortable. You are comfortable, but you know that there is more. You know that there is more. And then there are some of you on the call that you are beyond the level of comfort. You know, you are beyond the level of comfort. You can put your kids in good school, right? You have maybe 2 or 3 cars. You can afford to go on a vacation, right? But you know that there is more. Okay, your kids, for example, probably cannot afford to go to Harvard. You know, right now I'm at a stage in my life, my daughter just turned 10, and I'm telling myself, you have just 6 years before she goes to college. And so I have 6 years to bust and grind and do everything it takes so that when the time comes, she can go to the university of her choice. And so that's why we're having this call tonight. Because, you know, for me, God helped me, 2017, I came across, cryptocurrency, and along the way, introduced to Forex. And right now, this is probably the most, profitable community. And I'm going to be showing you some things. I don't believe in telling, I believe in showing. So I don't want to tell you stuff. I want to show you things that will change your life in 2025 going on. You know, abundance is your birthright. Abundance is your inheritance. And so there is no reason to settle for less. There is no reason at all. Look, I don't want to spend too much on the introduction, but only only a few months ago, and some of you know this story, I found myself again. I made some bad decisions, with a particular investment opportunity. I got greedy, and Rich is going to be talking to you guys about risk management. I was using a particular robot. He had been delivering some consistent results, and I got greedy, and I threw away all risk management, and I ended up losing a total of $29,000. I found myself in debt, over $20,000 in debt. I nearly died. I nearly had a stroke because for me, that money at the time that was a huge amount of money. It was huge. I nearly died. But I'm so happy and grateful that because of a platform like this, my daily choice, a cash X, I was able to make that money back in 3 months. I was able to pay back my debt, and not just me making money, so many other people have also made money as a result of my daily choice. And very recently, we found a cash X, and I'm going to be showing you exactly what a cash X is. I'm going to be showing you also a particular strategy that we discovered thanks to Rich Vendiga. I'm going to be showing you the results of the strategy. Like I said, I like to show, I don't like to tell. So allow me to share my screen. And to quickly show you the platform and the opportunities that you have before your eyes tonight. So before I start sharing my screen, let me just make sure that our microphones are muted so that there's no interruption as we journey along this presentation. All right. Here we go. So once you can see my screen, if you can see my screen, let me know that you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, let me know you can see my screen. Just drop a 555 in the chat if you can see my screen. Drop a 555 in the chat if you can see my screen. All right, so I'm just going to be summarizing this, and I'm going to be passing it over to Rich. I'm going to be summarizing the platform, the opportunity, and the offer that you have at your fingertips tonight. I'm going to be doing a summary in maybe like 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to be passing the ball to our mentor, our educator, Rich Vendiga, so that we can enjoy from wisdom tonight. So Akashex is many things in one. Akashex is first of all an educational platform. It's an educational platform where you get to learn from seasoned experts about the financial markets. I'm talking about Forex, I'm talking about crypto. Now, why is this kind of education important? For us in Africa, we place a high premium on education, right? And we were all taught, go to school, read hard in school, get good grades so you can get a good job. So for most of us, the track to being able to do well in life is an education, right? But I tell you that there are different kinds of education, and not all not all learning, not all knowledge pays the same dividends. Now, I'm not downing formal education, but it was Jim Rohn, the great Jim Rohn, who said, he said, formal education will make you a living. He said, self-education will make you a fortune. You see, in the financial markets, in Forex, for example, over $7 trillion exchanges hands every day. What if you had the opportunity? What if you had the tools, the resources to sit in the comfort of your home and enter this market and you knew what to do? You see, you probably heard Forex is risky, and yes, Forex is risky. And so let me even say here, trading in the financial market is risky. You can lose all of your money. I mean, and there are many people who have lost all, like I just told you, I found myself $29,000 down 2023. So you can lose all of your money trading in financial markets. And so past profits are never an indication of future performance. I told you what happened. I was using a trading robot. As a result, because of the consistent profits, I threw away risk management. I became very stupid in my approach. And so I lost all my money. And then some. And then I got into debt. But what if you knew what to do? What if you had the right kind of education that allowed you to be profitable in the most liquid financial markets in the world? This is what Akashex is going to empower you. Okay, so what you see on the screen, okay, is the academy. You have tutorials. You have an education that'll take you from beginner to expert. But what I love so much, what I love most about the academy is the educator training series. I didn't talk about cryptocurrency. So when you join Akashex, we've got educators and mentors who are going to mentor you with your cryptocurrency investments. Donald Trump just signed an executive order 2 days ago, okay? Making America the capital for everything crypto. Last week, Friday, Trump launched his own meme coin, Trump coin. And that coin went from $0 to $70 billion in fully diluted valuation. Okay, $70 billion in less than 48 hours. Melania, his wife Melania also launched her own meme coin, 2 days after. So to ignore cryptocurrency isn't a very wise decision. Okay, because I tell you, it's probably the industry that's created the fastest amount of millionaires. I mean, just last weekend, people made millions of dollars in a space of 24 hours. Am I saying you will make millions of dollars? Maybe not, but if you have the right information and you take the right actions, you can also get those results. But what I love most about the academy is the educator training series. We would not be on this call tonight if not for this educator training series. And, it's one thing to have theories where you're just reading courses and you can't really connect the dots. But here you have different experts who have documented their own trading strategies. We're so blessed to have Rich Vendiga on the call with us tonight. And here he has documented his trading strategy. All right. He's one of, as far as I'm concerned, he's hands down one of the best educators we have in Akashex. Okay. And thankfully, I connected with him in Dubai a few months ago, like about 2 months ago. And he just spoke from his wisdom, and he sparked my interest. I came back, as at that time I had not gone through his content. He's a very easygoing guy, very simple, very unassuming. But I tell you, the profits that his strategy delivers is crazy. So as a result of the conversation, I came back and I began to go through his stuff. And I'm like, what? How come we haven't gone through this thing? And I began to study the strategy and we began to apply it. How many of you on this call made money, using Liberty in this week? I want you to drop a 777 in the chat if you've made money in the past week using Rich Vendiga's strategy, the Liberty strategy. I want you to drop a 777 in the chat if you made money. Awesome. Drop a 777 in the chat if you made money using, and we're only just getting started. So you have educators who are sharing their strategies with you. Look, for the price point that Akashex comes, it's a no-brainer. There's so many platforms where you find people who are, showing a Ferrari, showing a Lamborghini. They're using hype. They're using the lifestyle to try to suck you in, to make you part with your money. But here, it's very simple. It's education. It's community. Okay, and so you can go through this at your own time, learn the strategies, but besides learning the strategies that they have documented for you. And there's so many different experts. You know, there's Joel Arias, there is Jenna Zweigel now. That's one of our co-founders. There's Brent Badal, amazing, phenomenal gentleman. You know, there's about 20 plus. You know, so this is Armin T. Armin T is a crypto wizard, is a crypto expert. Many of the calls he has made have done 3x, 5x over the past couple of weeks. So we're entering the most aggressive phase of the bull run. You want to position yourself with the right information to make the most profit. I'm telling you, over the next 3 to 6 months, it's very easy for you to do 3x. It's not uncommon to hear that something has done 500%. It's not uncommon whatsoever, you know, in this space. Luis Rodriguez, excellent, excellent mentor. You see, but besides learning their strategies, you can also join them every single day on live sessions. So you are learning the theory, but then you're joining them in class. You're seeing them putting these things to work. There are many things that they say are taught, but there are some things that are caught. And it requires you to be in the room, watching the surgeon. You know, you cannot become a skilled doctor by just reading books. You can't become a skilled surgeon by just reading books. You will have to stand in the operating theater. You will have to watch other surgeons, you know, skillfully navigate. And it's the same thing with trading. There's something about watching experts doing their craft. Some things just begin to transfer to you. So if you want to become proficient, I tell you, Akashex is head and shoulders above any other thing that you can find out there. And I'm not just saying that. I've actually been around. I've been around the block. Trust me, I've been around the block. Now, if because of your busy schedule, you cannot join the daily live sessions, you can then come back and watch you can watch the session replays. Everything is there for you. Everything is there for you to take advantage of. Okay? So this is the education part of Akashex. Now I want to move to the money side of things. Okay, we've got tools, we've got automated tools that will help you, you know, with mirror trading, copy and paste trading. Oh, I forgot to mention that during the live calls. So for example, Brent Badal, you know, during his sessions at 3 p.m. Nigerian time, he will usually take trades. So you join this call. So imagine going to school and you make money attending class. The normal paradigm is you go to school for 4 years, you get a degree, you get a certificate, then you start hustling for money with your certificate. With the Akashex, you are attending school, and from day one, you can start making money. So if you join the live sessions and you know how to navigate, you've gone through the orientation, you can start making money from day one. But we've even got some very amazing tools, which I want to talk about right now. The first one I'll talk about is called Tap to Trade. Tap to Trade. And what is Tap to Trade? Tap to Trade is a very simple proprietary software that we have here in Akashex. And whenever the experts, okay, so this is Josh Naido, this is Joel Arias, this is Impero FX, all these were trades that they dropped the course of this last week. So whenever they see a trade opportunity, if you are subscribed to Akashex, you can connect your capital to the app. So nobody's taking your money, nobody's asking you for money. Your money stays in your control, your money stays in your custody. But you simply connect your funds to Tap to Trade. And whenever these experts find a trade opportunity, you get a notification on your phone, just as if you are getting a text message. And you click on approve. And when you click on approve, the trade that the expert took will also be mirrored on your capital. You don't have to manage the trade. You don't have to monitor the trade. You simply approve, watch the trade, you know, and you make profit. So it's as simple as clicking a button to say approve. So, oh, I'm 70 years old. I've never traded Forex before. With Tap to Trade, you can now, as it were, employ experts, people with 5 years experience, 10 years experience. Ordinarily speaking, if you wanted to approach a Rich Vendiga or a Joel Arias to say, hey, I want to employ you, I want to give you money to manage for me, how much do you think you will have to pay? You will have to pay an arm and a leg. But with the Akashex, you can now have all of these experts trading your money without touching your funds. So you are benefiting from their wisdom, you're benefiting from their experience, and you're getting the same results that these experts are getting. So let me just show you some of the results, for example. So Joel Arias trades, he likes to trade gold. Joel Arias trades gold, and So like I said, full transparency here. For the month, he's currently 13% off for the month. So if you took all his time to trade over the past 30 days, allowing him to trade on your capital would have you would be up currently 13%. Okay, so that's so you get to see the performance of all the different traders, all the different educators, and you can then decide who do I want to to accept their type to trade and have them trade for me. So this is somebody else. Is currently 0.6% up for the month. Matithea, total profit 1%, monthly 0.1. So that's tap to trade. Okay, so we also have what we call trade alerts. This is basically copy and paste trading. That's what trade alerts is, copy and paste trading. Again, what happens is you have all of these experts, they are constantly scanning the market. It's their full-time job. It's what they love to do. And whenever they find opportunities on the market, what do? They send out an alert. You get it on your phone. You simply copy and paste. Copy, you paste, you make profit. It's as simple as that. Copy, paste, and profit. Okay? Now, just to show you some of the results that people in our community have been experiencing. It's simply just mind blowing. Let me just quickly open Telegram and show you some of the stuff that has been happening in Telegram. So this is the NAS chat. Okay, and maybe before I even come here, maybe I should now zero in on really what I'm most excited about, which is the Liberty strategy. Okay, just a quick second. The Liberty strategy, what I'm really excited, and I want to show you guys what has happened with this strategy in 2025. So we're just what three weeks into the year. I want to show you what has happened with the Liberty strategy in 2025. I'm going to show you what's happened with Liberty in 2025. Just a second. And thanks to Rich Vendiga, the beautiful thing about Liberty is once it is set up, once you have set it up, that is it. Once you have set it up, really, that is it. So I'm going to be, showing you the results. For those of you who are new to trading, this may sound a little bit like technical stuff, but I'm going to try to break it down, then I'm going to pass it over to Rich. But the strategy is really, really very simple. There are some parameters that and once you become a part of this, you'll get to understand how to set it up. It's very simple. Once you set it up, it's already set up. And all you're doing is you're waiting for the signal to enter the market. You get that signal, you either make a buy, you make a sell, and you simply just leave the strategy to do what it does. It's so simple. I was saying the other day in the NAS community, I said, this thing is too simple. It should be illegal. I don't know how many of you guys agree. Those of you who are already trading Liberty, it's too simple. It should be illegal. And let me just quickly show you what has happened, 2025. This is a new year. I want to just show you what Liberty has done for us in 2025. Ever since I saw this, I began to make noise. I began to shout in the community that, guys, we need to be on Liberty. And because I've been tracking. Okay, this is already December, so this is where I started tracking it from. Okay, so we had so 2nd of January, the very first trade for the year was a loss. It was a loss, and so on Liberty, on this strategy, it's about risk to reward. The beautiful thing about Liberty is if you are risking $50, it's because you want to make $100 to $200. If you're risking $500, it's because you want to make $1,000 to $2,000. So it's a beautiful situation, especially when you're sure that your strategy, one, is back tested and that your strategy is a profitable one. One of the things that Rich said to me back in Dubai that really got me thinking, he said, Josh, I can afford to lose 3 out of 4 trades and still be profitable. He said, I can afford to lose 3 out of 4 trades and still be profitable. And that thing messed with my mind because up until that time, we were taking trades. And sometimes you would have taken, You had a good week, right? You had a very good week. You took 12 trades, you took 15 trades, and then you make one loss, and one loss wipes out all of your profits. I don't know how many of you felt the frustration. Is anybody on the call? Just drop a 2 if you've experienced that frustration, where you're making profits. Maybe you have a 50K account, you built your account up to $2,000 or 2005, and you just made 2 bad trades, and you're back to square one. Can you drop a 2 in the chat if you understand what I'm talking about? Oh, somebody's saying it is well. So you guys have been there. So when Rich said to me that, Josh, I can afford to lose 3 out of 4 trades and still be profitable, I'm like, wait a minute. So when I came back to Nigeria, I then went to study Liberty. I saw what was happening within the community, and then it just made sense. He trades the NAS 100, and when NAS moves, it moves. And so with Liberty, all you have to do is protect the downside. What do I mean? Use a stop loss. And so Rich will tell you 500 pip stop loss. Protect the downside first. Warren Buffett says in investing, the number 1 rule of investing is protect your capital. And so the max you will ever lose is 500 pips. And that's technical language. If you have a 10,000, I haven't talked about the funding that you're going to get to enjoy when you subscribe for CashX. But let me quickly wrap up on Liberty, talk to you about TradeX Mastery, then I'm going to toss it over to Rich. So we started the year 500 pips loss, then 1,000 pips profit, another 500 pips, 1,400. So those of you who are in the groups with us, you guys have already confirmed all of this. And if you know how to trade, you can also confirm all of this of these things. Anyway, just to save time, as of today, the results are the Liberty strategy gave 15 wins and only 6 losses. But look at the results: 25,100 pips won and 3,000 pips lost. Now let's bring it to dollar terms. If you and then just look at the risk to reward. If you are using a 0.01 lot size, which is the smallest risk, and you are risking only $50 on every trade, you're risking $50 on every trade. So you sign up for a CashX. Right now, there's a promotion currently going on that when you sign up for a CashX, you will be given, if you sign up for the monthly, you will get a $10,000 trading account, a trading challenge. And if you sign up for the annual, you get a $200,000 trading challenge account. If you are in Nigeria, let me break it down. $200,000 is 320 million naira. This is the capital that a CashX is going to be given to you when you sign up for the annual package. So let's talk about the dollar terms. If you had a 10K account and you caught all of these moves, you probably may not catch every move because maybe you are a very busy person or whatever. But we have strategies to help you actually catch all of those moves. And sometimes it's just once a day, sometimes it's twice a day. But with a 10K account, the 0.01 lot size, risking $50 per trade, you would have ended up making, if you cut the whole thing, $2,500 profit. $2,500 profit. And if I'm wrong, I want to be corrected. But Rich is going to come on. If you're using a 0.01 lot size, that's $2,500 profit. Some of you guys, we took these trades together during this weekend, made so much money. And then you would have only lost, 3,000 pips. 3,000 pips, $300. So $2,500 upside, downside $300. Does it make sense? You lost $300, but you made $2,500. You're still up $2,200. So if you were following Liberty, you would have passed your challenge account in 2 weeks, assuming you caught all of the trades. Now, maybe you didn't catch all the trades, or maybe you were a little emotional, you exited some trades like some of us sometimes do. So Rich is going to be talking to us about trade management. But before I pass the baton to Rich, I want to show you guys what you stand to gain when you become a part of a CashX tonight. What you stand to gain by becoming a part of CashX tonight. I've gone through so much information. You guys are going to have access The Liberty strategy. I mean, so for me, I've been blessed to have a 200. I mean, so I have multiple accounts, right? I have a $200,000 account. I have a 50K account. I have multiple 10K accounts. I have a 25K account. And the goal is we want to help everybody to scale up, to sit on a portfolio where you have, $200,000, $500,000, a million US dollars. Because when you have a bigger account, your percentages that you need are a lot smaller. So, for example, 5% on $200,000 is 10,000. 5% on 200,000 is $10,000. How many of you would your life change significantly if you were making $10,000 every month, right? So, I want to just quickly show you what you stand to gain by becoming a part of the CashX. The daily live sessions, like I mentioned, the trade alerts, copy and paste. The experts, reach from time to time, give us a signal. But the beautiful thing about Liberty is, which is now empowering us to know how to trade even when he's not there. So sometimes he's still sleeping because of his time zone, and we're already catching profits during the London session. So AkashX is giving you tap to trade. I didn't even talk about the scanners. So AkashX has about 7 scanners that, with these scanners, they scan the markets and tell you, buy opportunities, sell opportunities. I didn't even talk about the 7 scanners. But this is really what I want you to see. For a very limited time period, actually, you have between now and the 31st of May. If you sign up for the yearly package, you are going to get, which is the annual subscription, you will have access to AkashX for 1 year. $1,000. $1,000 is 1.6 million thereabout. It's not up to one of my children's school fees. It's not up to the school fees for one of my children. And yet, AkashX is giving you this kind of promotion to have access to this kind of education. My children are learning the elementary, the basics, right? Some of you are going to want to do a master's degree. You know how much it's going to cost you. But with $1,000, you have access to AkashX for 1 whole year. Tap to trade technology for 1 whole year. Rich and all the other 20 plus educators for 1 whole year, right? For only $1,000. But beyond that, you would also have a $200,000 trading account that you can make profits with. This will help you to boost your profit. How does this trading challenge work? You are given a 200K account and you are given a target. So there are 2 evaluation phases. In the first phase, your goal is to make 10% profit. The second phase, make 5% profit. Once you make 15% in total, any profit you get to make afterwards, you get to withdraw up to 90% of the profit. So let's imagine that you're taking it slow and steady. You make 5% month 1, 5% profit month 2, 5% month 3. You've passed your challenge. You are now sitting on a real income producing asset. So it takes you 3 months to pass your challenge, 5% a month. And I just showed you the numbers that Liberty did for us in 2 weeks. But let's assume that you didn't catch all the moves, right? 5% a month, in 3 months, you have passed your challenge. Any profit you make afterwards, you get to withdraw 90% of the profit. So imagine now that you start making 5% still. 5% on $200,000 is $10,000. 90% of that is $9,000. This is what I want you to enjoy 2025. $9,000 for 10 months is $90,000. How will your life change? How will your life change? And this is from trading. You don't have to refer anybody. You can stay in your pajamas. You don't have to leave your house. Once you have a mobile phone and an internet connection, you are connected to a market that does 7 trillion every day. Your 9,000 a month is nothing for the financial markets. As a matter of fact, 1,000 of us can conveniently be making $100,000 a month. It doesn't move the market. The market is liquid enough to do that. So this is the best way to get started with the annual membership. Now, if for whatever reason you cannot make, now this is a promotion. After this promotion ends, you would need to spend a whole lot more. You're actually saving $2,000 because if you wanted to buy a $200,000 account directly, from the prop firm, you're spending about $1,400. Okay, so you need to grab this while you can, and change your life in 2025. But if you can't afford $1,000 and you want to go for the monthly subscription, you'll be paying 149. With 149, you will get a $10,000 trading challenge, get a $10,000 trading account. Again, so I mean $10,000 is still in Nigeria, that's 16 million naira. If you have 16 million naira as your trading capital, it's still something significant. But I really want us to think big in 2025. I want you to think big. So if you want to start with this and then you scale up, it's fine. It's totally fine. But it means you will have to, pay the 149 every month. So there's something that we encourage people to do. If you cannot afford 1,000, get started with 149. Get started while this promotion is on so you can enjoy a free $10,000 trading challenge account. So I believe I've gone on for a lot longer than I hoped. So at this point, I want to toss it to Rich. We have maxed out on our Zoom capacity. I hope we still have Rich. I hope we still have Rich building. I hope we still have Rich in the building. I Rich, can you raise your hand? I made the mistake of not making Rich a co-host from the very beginning. My bad. My bad. I should have made. Okay, good. I've seen you. So let me just make you a uh, so Rich is going to be talking to us about how we can really maximize. All right, so I've made you a co-host. It's such a pleasure and a privilege and an honor to have you, Rich Vendiga, with us on the call tonight. They just had a very powerful, long meeting, all the educators, and he still took time out of his schedule today to be with us on the call tonight. Rich, the floor is now yours. I don't know if you can. I've made you a co-host, so you can um unmute your microphone. Are you there?
Yes, sir. You hear me?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Loud and clear. Awesome.
All right. Awesome, man. Guys, super grateful, super excited to be here. Let me co-spotlight myself here. All right. Let me put Josh back into the picture as well. Um, there we go. All right. Hope you guys are doing amazing. First and foremost, I want to give the credit right back to Mr. Coach Josh for setting up this call. This is something we've had planned for some time because I really wanted to spend time with the Nigeria team specifically. For those who are already in Akashics, as well as those who are maybe thinking of making the decision to get started. And I met him, like he said, in Dubai. And from the get-go, we were both with the same energy, the same, perspective of what is to come for 2025, because this is months ago, but we've already had the vision for what we were going to do this year. And we've taken this company from just about under 1,000 people in our first year to over 12,000 and growing rapidly right now. And I talk about how many people are joining because at the end of the day, the reason why the growth is happening is because we have something called the results. And I want to talk to you guys today because I've been in the network marketing space, the trading space for over 6+ years. I got started back in 2018, and I was a student on a platform just like this. So I know exactly what it feels like to join a team, to have a mentor, to have somebody start to guide me, and to go through the frustration of trying to learn trading from scratch, taking alerts, just trying to learn the game. And so I know exactly what it's like for those who are just starting a Akashics, as well as those, again, who are making the decision to get started. Because, prior to 2018, I had been working in banking for many years. And me and my wife one day, we were just like, hey, I want to find a way to not have to work anymore. And look, maybe you love your career. Maybe you love what you do right now. You don't have to leave that. You can also incorporate trading into your life to create extra income. But for me, this was the industry that was just going to help me break free, right? Something that was going to help me travel the world, impact people, and just make more money than I ever have before. And again, it took going through challenges. It took having a mentor. It took having to put in the work every single day. But I can tell you, it was completely worth it. I was just actually in London, UK this past weekend. We had an event of about 1,000+ people. I'm going to be headed back to Miami in about 2 days. So I'm in Houston right now where I live. And then we're going to go to Colombia next week. And then we have Arizona coming up as well. So we are touring all 2025. And that's what I love about this business. This is something that allows me to make money from anywhere in the world, allows me to travel, and most importantly, help other people win. And that's why I take the time out of my day to be on this call with each and every single one of you guys, because somebody had to do that for me as well. Now, many of you maybe have heard of trading, maybe have been part of platforms, have been trying trading for a while. And my goal as an educator is to just help you get a fresh start, help you find one strategy, one asset that you trade at one time of the day, Monday through Friday, to develop consistency and actually start winning. The amount of people that message me now daily that say, hey, I've been trying to trade for a while, and it wasn't until I started plugging into your stuff that I started actually getting payouts, actually withdrawing, actually being consistent. I would say it's crazy, but it's not. It's something that we planned for. It's something that I look to deliver every single day. So I wanted to come on here and just actually show you guys a little bit of how the strategy works slightly, right? And just really give you an actual blueprint for how you really, elevate your life this year with this business. Because as much as I can just talk about the strategy forever, a strategy doesn't matter if you don't actually know how much money you can make, if you don't actually know how you can continue to scale into success. So I'm going to start sharing my screen here with you guys. If you guys are excited, let's get some energy in the chat. I want to see you guys engaged. I want to see you excited because look, I'm all about good energy and positivity, but to be honest with you, I'm more about actually giving you real value. I want to actually give you a real plan because there's a lot of talking when it comes to the trading industry, but I'm going to show you real numbers, real ways that you can get paid. All right. So let's get into it, guys. I'm going to start sharing my screen here. And first and foremost, I'm going to keep the strategy part very simple. Obviously, I cannot teach it in detail. Those are exclusively for people within Akashex. But like Josh already basically showed you guys on the Akashex website, when you log in, for those who are already a part of the team, you guys simply go to where he showed you a little bit earlier, which was the educator training series, because that's where I'm going to teach you not just the strategy, but it's actually more than that. It's about understanding how to risk manage, and it's understanding how to build the mindset of a trader. When we talk about mindset, it's not just about, oh, being positive, oh, having a good attitude, oh, studying. No, no. The trading mindset is understanding it's not about being right or wrong, it's about understanding probabilities. I want to start with that because whether you're a guest here tonight or whether you've been trading for a little bit, people have this misconception that if you're going to get into trading, it's all about winning all the time. And like Josh mentioned a little bit earlier, we're going to have wins and we're going to have losses. The whole point of trading is to learn a strategy where, let's say we take 10 trades, we can win realistically maybe 6 or 7 out of 10, meaning that out of 10, you're going to lose 3 or 4. But here's the thing, when we lose 3 or 4 trades, let's say it's 1% or $100, just for example. When we win, we're making at least that same amount, if not double, triple, or quadruple. So you lose 100, make 200. Lose 100, make 400. And that number can change depending on how much money you guys have in your trading accounts, if you have a funded account, etc. But it's all about making the math work. And so some people may understand that, but you don't actually have a strategy that consistently gives you bigger winners and small losers. And that's the problem a lot of people have in trading. The second problem people have sometimes with trading is that they may have a strategy that works sometimes, or the strategy is not always clear on a chart. The thing about Liberty is that every single day, Monday through Friday, we have an exact 2 points of price that we're going to look to take a trade from. If it doesn't cross that line, we don't take a trade. And let me tell you, it's pretty rare that we don't get a trade every single day. Now, I'm not saying you guys have to trade every single day, but the opportunities are going to be there Monday through Friday. So again, you can learn all of that through the educator training series in detail, but I'm going to jump on the chart over here. If you guys can see the chart, if you guys are plugged in, let me know in the chat. Let's drop a 1 or something just so I know you can see my chart here really quickly. And then
Yeah,
I'm going
we
to show
can.
you guys. Okay, perfect. Cool, man. So, okay, here we go. Again, I'm somebody that has been studying this for almost 7 years now. I've traded support and resistance, trend lines, Fibonacci, indicators, everything. And I've realized something called the 80/20 principle. There's a book that you guys can actually look up if you want to read it or listen to it. It's called the 80/20 principle. And essentially, what that means is that 80% of the results come from 20% of the work that you do. And 20% of the, or 80% of the work you do only gives you 20% of the results. So I bring that up because this strategy takes all of the complicated parts of trading and just literally cuts it down to what you really need. So I trade something called NAS 100, also known as the NASDAQ. This is basically the top 100 companies in the United States stock market, specifically technology companies such as Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, etc. So basically, whatever those companies do collectively is what makes this chart move. Okay. Do I need to study what's happening with all these companies? Not necessarily. Obviously, it's good to keep up with the times. It can kind of help you with your trading. But again, this strategy is so simple because we're looking at this red box. And you can see every single day a red box forms. Again, I teach you why that red box exists, what it actually means. But for simplicity purposes of this call, all you need to know is that we every day have this red box with a high. Okay. And then we have a low, a high and a low. And essentially what I look to do is if price starts to actually break above this line, we can buy. If it breaks below the line, we can sell. For the more advanced students, we learn how to actually anticipate something like this, where price looks like it's going to break and then it actually doesn't. This is called a fake out or a reversal. Again, for simplicity purposes, you don't even need to know that much. If you simply stick to the breakout model, which is if it breaks, you buy. If it breaks, you sell. This alone is what's getting people paid, especially the beginners, because there's really not a lot of thinking to it. Again, you're going to pull up your chart, and if it crosses, you buy. If it crosses, you sell. Simple. Very simple. And for those that are a little bit more experienced with trading, you may think there's no way it's that easy. Well, again, the reason why this red box exists and how price behaves around it is why the strategy is very powerful. So trust me, I can use a lot of fancy words and a lot of complicated strategies that I know in my back pocket as well. But at the end of the day, guys, trading, it all just comes down to losing small and winning big. So for example, this was Friday, the last day of the week. Let's say, even if you got this trade wrong and you started buying and then you hit a stop loss and you lose $100, for example, here, right? Well, later in the day, it breaks below and you sell. And guess what? Notice how the loss here could be minus, let's say minus 1%. This trade ran for about 2.5%. If you guys look here, 2.44, roughly 2.5%, right? So you can lose one trade, win the second trade, and overall you are plus 1.5%. Again, I'm just using technical terms of percentages, but that's the same thing as saying you lose $10 and then you make 25, so you ended up for $15 for the day. Again, however much money you have, however much money you risk is going to make that number a lot bigger, a lot smaller, etc. So that's literally the strategy. That's it. Now, again, for the students that are in Akashex, that are on the live sessions, you start to understand how to start spotting the opportunities for yourself. But the cool thing is I also do call out trade alerts. So I will actually call out trades, you know, I wouldn't say every single day, but at least 3 to 4 times a week usually is how many trades I call out on the platform. So you don't even need to take a lot of trades, right? The whole goal is not to try to, take a bunch of trades every single day. It's simply waiting for the strategy to appear and executing it and then walking away. That's it. Okay. So that's the strategy. Now let's look at the NAS chat here really quickly so you can see, because I want to show you real people, right? Real students in their first month trading, first weeks, first couple of months. that because the strategy is so simple, they're able to take trades. So you can see, again, guys, we are going to lose some trades, totally fine. But you can see that when we win, you can see the community pretty much almost every single day catching movements in the markets. So again, we can go over and over and over of student results. I mean, we literally do this every single day, but this strategy alone has been a very big game changer for a lot of people. Now, let's actually show you what I wanted to showcase here. And let me check the chat. Yeah. Okay. So for all those who are commenting in the chat, make sure you guys get with whoever invited you on this call afterwards, and also with Coach Josh, so you guys can understand, how to, plug into AkashX, how to get started, how to actually, start going through the process. But I want to show you something that I had been teaching a couple Sundays ago, which is the 2025 blueprint with AkashX. Okay. Now, there's really three pillars to what we do here: trading, investing, and networking. You don't have to do all three. You can literally do one of the three. But my goal is to show you how to maximize how much money you can make and how to maximize the life-changing opportunity that is AkashX if you do all three. And I want you to understand, you have to have a longer-term mindset, right? I'm in year 6. Okay, year 6. Do you have to do this for 6 years to finally start being successful? Absolutely not. I've been doing well for several years now, but I can honestly say that it was when I became a part of Akashics as an educator that I've had the best years of my life. Just truthfully, right? And so you may have your breakthrough in your first 90 days. It may take you 6 months. It may take you a year. But the thing is, guys, time's going to go regardless. I think if you go through your phone and you look at your memories of a year ago today, January 25th, you'll realize, wow, time passed so fast, right? And time is going to continue passing very fast. It's what you do today and every day a little bit, where even if it took you a whole year to really get this down pat, the minute that you get it down, you have it for the rest of your life. That is what you need to understand. A lot of people, they want to make money their first day, they want to make money their first week. I don't think people expect to become a great doctor in their first year of studying in university, right? So if we make more money than doctors, I think it's worth investing at least just as much time as it would to become a doctor. So you got to understand that. And the cool thing is, you don't have to give up your job. You don't have to give up your business or whatever you're doing currently. This is something that you only really need, I'd really say, an hour or two a day, several days a week, right? To plug into a live session, to take some of the trades, to watch some videos. So it's not going to require your whole day. Okay. So trading, we're already talking about Liberty, right? That's where I cover how to trade NASDAQ every single day, catch those opportunities so that what? So that you can invest into what Josh was talking about earlier, cryptocurrencies. We have great people like Armin that give crypto plays that obviously those are a little bit longer term. It's going to take months, right, for those plays to start really producing for you. But a lot of people don't get into cryptocurrency because they don't have money. And so trading is something that allows you to leverage the prop firms and the funding opportunities that exist so that you can take liberty, take those trades, get withdrawals so that you can dump that money into something like cryptocurrency and have that money grow even more. Now, what happens is when you start to get consistent results with Liberty, when you start to diversify into crypto and you have something to show for, I think it's going to be very easy for you guys eventually to share this business, get a free membership, and even earn residual commissions from helping other people get paid. The only reason why a lot of people are closed off to networking or sharing the business with others is because they are insecure that they cannot produce results for themselves. That is why I'm so passionate about teaching Liberty and helping you guys learn an easy strategy that you know confidently you're going to make money with it, and you can have the newest person learn something easy and make money with it as well. And guys, I'm just one of the 15 educators in AkashX. There's so many other great people that, do great work as well. But you guys are here with me, right? So I'm going to show you what I do. So these are the three pillars. Now, max funding is eventually the goal that you want to get to. So a lot of you, when you get, well, everybody that gets started with AkashX, you receive a free $10,000 funded prop firm account. We show you how to pass those prop firm accounts so that you have capital to trade with. Realistically, I think you guys can pull at least 5% a month in profit if you learn the strategy and you trade consistently. And 5% profit on a 10K account is about $500. And after profit splits, you guys are going to keep about $400 to $450 of that money. So with that money that you're making from your withdrawals, you can reinvest into the max funded account, which is the 200K account. So I don't want to overload you guys with a lot of information, of course, right? I think this is recorded as well if you guys want to go back and rewatch this training. But just keep in mind, okay, Rich, hold on. Let's take a timeout. I feel a little bit overwhelmed. Here's the 3 steps. You get started with Akashex, start trading Liberty, learn the strategy so you can make profits on your funded account. It's already given to you for free just by joining. When you make profits on those funded accounts, you're going to want to reinvest the money into a bigger prop firm account all the way up to 200K. The reason why this is so important is because the strategy or the performance that you're going to do to get a payout on a 10K account is the exact same work on a 200K account. The only difference is you have the leverage of more capital versus smaller capital. But making 5% is still making 5%. So if you learn how to trade your free 10K challenge correctly, you can do the same exact thing on a 200K account. We're just working on helping you get the money to reinvest into the big capital. Once you have the big capital, you're almost home free, I can honestly say, because 5% a month on a 200K account is between 8 to 9,000 USD. That for, I would say almost every, like 90 something percent of the world is completely life-changing money, especially when you start to diversify that money into cryptocurrency and letting that grow as well. So you can see the vision. I want you to actually have a roadmap of, oh, okay, like how am I actually going to become successful? Because I can teach you a strategy all you want, but if you don't have a roadmap to a dollar amount that you can put in your mind as a goal that can change your life, it's just wishful thinking. I don't want you to do that. I want you to come in, get your free 10K account, trade Liberty consistently, and scale your way into a 200K account. If that makes sense so far, let's drop some fire emojis. Let's get some energy in the chat. I want to make sure that you understand this part because this is the foundation of success right here as a trader. Getting max capital. So you see, I'm not hyping you guys up. I'm giving you a real roadmap. You're getting a free 10K just by getting into Akashex. FYI, there is no company, whether it's network marketing or not, that is giving 10,000 free upfront challenge capital. It doesn't exist. I promise you. So you're getting the 10K. You need to responsibly learn. You need to responsibly trade the way I'm teaching you so that you can get up to 200K. Okay. Again, after you're going to diversify into cryptocurrencies, again, a lot of these cryptos, for example, XRP, my dad, he is almost 60 years old. He does landscaping, so he'll plant trees, cut grass. He's a very like handyman, but he doesn't know about computers. He's not very technology savvy, right? But I told him, hey, get into XRP. He got in at about 60 cents. Right now, it's currently sitting at, I think it's like 311. 311. So let's do some math, guys. From 60 cents to 311, that's more than 5 times the amount, right? So he put in $1,000. It's sitting at like it's almost $6,000 right now. And he didn't know like what to put the money into. I just told him. So there's experts in the platform that are going to show you what crypto projects are worth putting money into. Now, when you get your max capital of your 200K and you make a withdrawal from that, let's say, we'll have it pulled up here. Okay, 5%, you make $8,000, okay? You put even just $1,000 out of that money into something that is like XRP and it does even double or triple, you just turned 1,000 into 2 or 3,000. You see what I'm saying? So it's about the big issue that you may have, guys, is that you just don't have that egg. You don't have that initial money to start the growth. I think a lot of you just need the chance to just get that first capital to make good decisions on and let it start blowing up. Akashics gives you that. but you got to take it responsibly. You got to treat it like gold by trading the strategy, scaling, and then diversifying into things like cryptocurrency. The last part is affiliate marketing. This part is optional, of course, but it's gonna just happen, right? I have people that sign up with me. I don't even know who they are. They just literally find my link online, they get started. Why? Because I have results to show, right? And I want you guys to feel the same way. I want you to confidently be able to get results with Liberty so that people are gonna ask you to join Akashex. Because once you start doing that, you can start making residual income that's just going to allow you to get more prop firm accounts, have more money to trade with, have more peaceful income that just comes in automatically. So this isn't really up to date, but this is like months ago how much I've made in Akashex like in the last year and change just from the affiliate side of things. And I don't even have a crazy rank, guys. I'm not even I don't have thousands of people on my team. So again, none of this income is guaranteed, but it's there for you. And the reason why I say it's not guaranteed is because you have to show up. Um, I can't turn the camera, but I have a whole bookshelf of books I've been reading. I've been to so many events, seminars. I've surrounded myself with coaches and mentors like Josh that have poured into me, right? Given me opportunities, taught me the game. But ultimately, you guys got to wake up every day and decide to take a trade, decide to invest into a platform, decide to study. We can't do that part for you. But if you have the spirit that you want more in your life, all you need is a little bit of capital and a little bit of knowledge and a lot of work ethic. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. Again, there's no super secrets or anything. I've kind of shown you how the strategy works, but again, the strategy is not alone, guys. The strategy is not going to just work alone, right? You need the capital, you need the guidance every single day. I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, which I think is about 3 p.m. in Nigeria. Is that right, Josh? About 5 hours ahead?
4 p.m. 4.
4 p.m. So
Yeah.
4 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, I'm live trading and educating 3 times a week. So if you have questions, you need help, we're there on the session. I stay for about a whole hour plus. Sometimes we catch opportunities in the moment. Sometimes the setups are not actually happening on the session. So I'll teach you if maybe we caught one earlier in the day, or if maybe I expect one to come later in the day, how to prepare for them. But yeah, man, I mean, we give as much as we can possibly to really help you guys in all aspects. But that's pretty much the main value I wanted to share with you guys today. Josh, I don't know if you wanted me to address any specific questions or anything like that. I know we've been on here for a little bit.
Man, that was awesome. That was. Can we just show some love? Can you guys just drop some fire emojis, drop some hearts? That was amazing. That was. I
Appreciate
mean,
it.
no hype. I mean, this is what I love. This is what I love um about the Kashex. This is what I love about Rich. He's about the nuts and bones. The nuts and bolts, sorry, right? No hype whatsoever, showing you a game plan that you can start from where you are and scale up. And look at that statement on that last slide there. It's so, some of you here, you don't want to hear anything network marketing, and that's fine. That's fine. But you are leaving money on the table. And there's something that he wrote on that slide so powerful. He said, people are joining Akashex with or without you. So it might as well be with you. People are joining Akashex with or without you. So it might as well be with you. And so we do all this without flexing our profit. So what's your excuse? So look, there's multiple opportunities for you to make money here. The best way to get started is if you can come on with the 1 year plan. You're paying only $999. You're getting a $200,000 account. Let me remind you guys, that is
Yeah, you're skipping the 10K
320.
part. You're just going straight to the big money.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm coming down to the 10K, so that's 320 million. And you have a cash X for 1 year. One of the mistakes that many people made, and some of us even did this when we started months back, was we put ourselves under pressure of trying to pass the challenge in 1 month. And I understand for a lot of us here in Nigeria, 149 is a lot of money. So you're thinking, okay, can I get profitable my first month so I don't have to pay out of pocket? But a cash X has so many goodies. So for example, if you have 3 people in a month, your subscription is free. So there's really no need to put yourself under any pressure. Get started today. Get started today. Um, you know, whether it's at the 999 or at the 149, the important thing is to get started and make 2025 your reference, your landmark year. So I don't know if there's any of the leaders. I think I just saw J Mama. J Mama is one of our phenomenal leaders here, and unfortunately, we couldn't have her in Dubai. But Rich, trust me, you're going to be meeting the entire Nigerian community this year because we're going to make so much money from Liberty, and we're coming to shut down the convention later, 2025. Thanks to Rich. So can we just give it up for Rich? So J Mama, can you raise your hand so I can spotlight you? Can you just quickly raise your hand, J Mama, so I can spotlight you? Uh, and I want you to just give us a quick charge while we awesome. Yeah, got you. While we call it a night. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Right now, before we end it tonight, so I just made you co-host. Before we end it tonight, we're giving away a free $10,000 account. So, and it's gonna go to the person that invited the most people on the call. So,
Oh,
yes. So I want you
okay.
to drop in the chat. I want you to write in the chat who invited you. Okay, we're gonna have those records, and it's gonna be transparent. There'll be nothing dodgy about it. So just write in the chat who invited you on the call, so that we can make that happen. Somebody's gonna win a free $10,000 trading challenge tonight. So Jimama,
Wow.
the floor is yours. Can you just close out the meeting for us? Thank you so much, Jimama.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I can't have my camera on now, but I'm just blown away. So let's put some more fire emojis in the chat box for Rich, because in the past 1 week we've been doing amazing things with the Liberty strategy. And I want to say thank you so much for creating time to even show us much more about the Liberty strategy. And big ups to you, Coach Josh, for setting this up. We're changing our stories this year. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again tonight. Whatever it will take you to get on Akashex, please get on. 149, 999, get on, get started. I've seen people who got on with the $149 and they went on to make more and more money as their capital. Now, what am I saying? If you're able to plug in 10 people into the system within a month, all coming in with just a $149, you get a free $100,000 account. So that means if you come in with $10,000, don't worry. You can always scale up. Now, as you grow your affiliate business, you can always get additional accounts. I've seen people, yes, Rich Mind got $200,000, and he was just on the call with us and Robert some few days ago. So don't allow anything to hold you back. This is a money spinner. This is something that you would never forget you came across. Akashex is a fortune changer. And let your fortune be changed by it. Get back to the person who invited you. Get started immediately. Whatever action you take tonight, whatever your action you take tonight will determine what your 2025 and beyond will look like. So plug in. We have an amazing leadership. We have an amazing support system, both locally and internationally. So what are you waiting for? Thank you so much, everyone on the call. Please don't joke with this. This will change your life for good. Thank you, Coach Josh. I
All
appreciate
right.
you and all the leaders.
Thank you,
Thank
J
you, Rick.
Mama. Thanks, J Mama. Thank you, Rich. Regards to your lovely wife, Marianne. And we look forward to doing great things in the coming weeks and months ahead in 2025. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Tomorrow we're gonna have another presentation. So While this promotion runs till the 31st of January, we're going to have a presentation every single night. So if you want to get started today, get started today. We have a presentation tomorrow. We'll take you through the onboarding. We're going to do a presentation every night, 9 p.m. Same time, same link. So we'll see you tomorrow at 9. All right. Good night, everyone. Take care. God bless and bye-bye. So I'm hoping that everyone has written in the chat. I'm hoping everyone has written in the chat who invited you. Please don't exit without writing who invited you in the chat. Please don't exit without writing who invited you in the chat. I'm just curious. There's still 59 people. So please, if you haven't written who invited you, please do so. Write it in the chat so that